আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। আমরা এখানে উপস্থিত হয়েছি আমাদের সংস্থা রোটারি ইন্টারন্যাশনালের লিডার, যিনি 2023 থেকে 2024 পর্যন্ত আমাদের রোটারি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল প্রেসিডেন্ট হচ্ছেন। তার প্রথম পরিক্রমা আমাদের শহরে উনি এসছেন আমাদের সাথে আজকে, যেখানে আমরা এখানে 2 দিন ধরে বাংলাদেশ, ভারত আর শ্রীলঙ্কা যত ডিস্ট্রিক্ট গভর্নর্স আছেন যারা আগামী বছরে তারা গভর্নরশিপ এন্ড লিডারশিপ পজিশন নেবেন, তাদের ট্রেনিং এন্ড ওরিয়েন্টেশন প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে এখানে। ইন্ডিয়া থেকে 2 জন ডিরেক্টর আছেন, তার মধ্যে থেকে একজন আমাদের সাথে আছেন, তার নাম হচ্ছে ডক্টর মহেশ কোটবাগী। ডক্টর মহেশ কোটবাগী উনি পুনে থেকে এসছেন। পুনের উনি একজন স্বনামধন্য একটা প্র্যাকটিশনার, মেডিকেল প্র্যাকটিশনার। উনি রোটারি ইন্টারন্যাশনালের ডিরেক্টরশিপ এখন সামলাচ্ছেন। আগামী 30 জুন 2022 পর্যন্ত সামলাবেন। তো উনি আজকে আমাদের সাথে উপস্থিত আছেন। আমাদের ওই পাশে প্রথম সারিতে আছেন যিনি গর্ডন টিগ্রা, পাশেই উনি হচ্ছেন আমাদের রোটারি ফাউন্ডেশনের ট্রাস্টি ডক্টর আজিজ মেমন from Pakistan. He is one of the trustees of the foundation. উনি আজকে আমাদের সাথে এসছেন শুধু এই প্রোগ্রামটাকে দেখার জন্য, ঠিক হচ্ছে কি হচ্ছে না, তিনি আমাদের সাথে এসছেন। আর আমাদের ঠিক একদম আমার ঠিক ডান দিকে কর্নারে যিনি বসে আছেন, আমার সাথে আমরা একসাথে দুজনে আগামী বছরে আমরা ইন্ডিয়া, ভারত, নেপাল আর শ্রীলঙ্কার ডিরেক্টরশিপ আমরা করব। ওনার নাম, উনি বম্বে থেকে আছেন, টি.এন. সুব্রমণিয়াম, স্বনামধন্য একজন লয়ার। He is a very reputed lawyer from the city of Mumbai. So with this introductions, I now request our serving director, Dr. Mahesh Kootbagi, to elaborate further about the cause and our objectives of meeting today.
It's indeed pleasure to have our incoming World Rotary President, who will take charge from 1st July, along with his wife in India. So Gordon, welcome to all our part of Zone 4, 5, 6, 7. As Dada briefed you, we have India, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Maldives and Nepal all together as our one part of this zone. Our main head office is in Evanston, USA. It is very near to Chicago. And Mr. Gordon's main administration happens from there for almost like 2 years, this year and the next year, when he will be serving as the president. He will tell you his priority and area of focus, which I will not brief to you, but what we do normally in Rotary and what we have done in the last 1 year as a priority segment. You heard about the war in Syria, in Ukraine, in earthquakes in Turkey, or the floods in Pakistan, from where Aziz has come. So in Ukraine we worked a lot in terms of rehabilitation to many people who became homeless. Our college wing or the youth wing, which is called Rotary, even they were part of this entire process. So many homeless people from Ukraine, Rotary Foundation, which is our trust, they were working on them.
All of you are aware that if polio has been eradicated in India and our children are safe in the future, it's thanks to the role that Rotary has played in ensuring, because that's a dream project for Rotary, and it's happy to share with you that from September to now, there's been except one case of polio, there's been no case of polio in the world, and we're very close to eradicating polio. We work a lot on saving lives and giving sight. Saving lives of children between whatever, 5 days old, 7 years or 10 years with pediatric heart surgeries that we perform at no cost to the parent, to the child. It's all funded by global grants from the Rotary Foundation and by clubs and donors who contribute for the purpose of saving the lives of those children. 15-day-old child who had no chance of survival was operated thanks to Rotary and is today a healthy child in the hands of their parents. We also do programs of an international level, which I think Rotary dreams of. Polio was one dream. Today, we've embarked upon a program to eradicate malaria in Nigeria because a substantial number of deaths were taking place in Nigeria because of malaria. And thanks to Rotary's program there, or program of scale, technical really for you, I don't want to get into it, 50% of the death rate has gone down. And I think that's a great thing to happen in 1 year. So wherever Rotary touches lives, it strives to make a difference to ensure that there is relief to the community, whatever be the area. Very, very strong area of focus now is to protect the environment, and we are ensuring that there is good plantation of trees. We are creating Miyawaki forests, having environmental park to teach people how they should really protect the environment. I'll give you a small example. There's a project that was inaugurated by Gordon in Bombay, where there are only 2 white owls in Bombay. One was at this home, had a baby. The baby fell down in that children's home. It consists of people who are children of beggars, thieves, prostitutes, and others. So people were used to aggression. But because of the environmental park that we are creating, they were taught to become nice and sweet to people. They took that little bird, put it in their shelter, saved its life, and after 20 days allowed it to fly a free bird. This is the small impact that we make, but for a larger difference to society.
আমাদের ডক্টর আজিজ মেমন আছেন তো আজিজ মেমন হি ইজ ন্যাশনাল পোলিও চেয়ারম্যান অফ পাকিস্তান এন্ড পোলিওর উপরে দীর্ঘদিন ধরে উনি কাজ করছেন আমি আজিজ মেমন ট্রাস্টি রোটারি ফাউন্ডেশনকে রিকোয়েস্ট করব টু স্পিক আজিজ কিন্তু বাংলা কিছুটা বলতে পারে
Thank you. No problem. Good evening. Thank you for coming here. Rotary Foundation is the arm of Rotary and works hand in hand with Rotary International. I bring to you the greetings of the trustee chair Ian Brisley and the trustee chair elect Barry Dresson, who will be working together with President Gordon in the coming year. Trustee Chair-elect Barry Dresson has set a target of 500 million, and we hope that we will be able to match it and to cross it. India has come up as the second largest donor, and we hope their contribution to the foundation will keep on increasing. We want to thank the Rotarians of India. Rotary Foundation is there wherever the need is, whether it is disaster, a natural disaster, or a tsunami. Polio program we have put in so far from Rotary's own resources $2.8 billion, B as in boy. And by the time we complete the task, which we will do very soon, Rotary will be putting in almost $3 billion. 45 years back when Rotary started the polio eradication efforts, there were 125 endemic countries with 350,000 cases a year. Now only 2 endemic countries are left. Today, if 20 million children or people can walk, it is because of the Rotary. Rotary grants are given in all 7 areas of focus.
To Dr. Gordon. Dr. Gordon, he is not only the International Rotary President, but a very well-known dental surgeon, and he belongs from Scotland, and almost like last 3 decades plus he's been serving in Rotary. They have a very great Rotary in Great Britain and Ireland. And with all these, my shortest introduction, I ask his vision, his programs and projects, what he wishes to do from July to next June for 1 year of time. Please welcome.
Well, good evening, everybody. Can I begin by echoing the comments of my colleagues in thanking you for being here and thanking you for sparing the time to join us this evening. I also add to my initial comments an apology. I do not speak Bengali, and so with your indulgence, I will be speaking in English alone. It is a great pleasure and a privilege to be spending some time in India over the past few days and the next few days. This is the first time my wife and I have had the opportunity to visit your beautiful country and to see with our own eyes what Rotary is achieving in this particular part of the world. For many years I've had the opportunity to read and to see what Rotary is doing in social media, in the print press, and by speaking to my colleagues such as Director Mahesh and Director Venki Venkatash, who, as we have heard, cannot join us today. But to be able to see with one's own eyes what is being done in this country, to be able to meet some of the Rotarians who have such a pride and a passion to be involved in this organisation has been energising. In terms of what is being described as my year, I will begin by saying it is not my year, it is one of Rotary's years, plural. Rotary has been around now for 118 years. Any individual gets the opportunity to serve the organisation as president for a single year. I am neither so bold nor so vain as to think I can make a huge difference in the space of 1 year. But what I can do is I can help guide this organisation forward. I can build on what has gone before me, and I can lay a path for what will follow me, and I can ensure that Rotary goes forward in a straight and a steady and an ever-improving course to continue doing what it has done for 118 years, and that is good in the world. One of the privileges, and it's a big privilege, but it is also a great responsibility, one of the privileges of being president of this great organisation is that one is given the opportunity to craft an annual theme, a theme that will be used as a focal point for the 1.4 million members of Rotary in over 37,000 clubs encircling this planet. The theme that we will be working to for 2023-24, and this is our theme in Rotary, it is not my theme, is create hope in the world. Because I believe at this particular point in the world's history, the world needs hope more than it has ever needed hope before. When one picks up the newspapers that some of you represent here today and read them, when one switches on one's radio to listen to the radio stations that are represented here today, and one switches on the televisions to look at the television news of those television news channels that are represented here today, one realises that this is a very disunited world. But Rotary is a very united organisation, a united organisation that spans the world, and a united organisation that can help give this world some hope at a time when it needs it most. One of the things that I am very anxious to do, as I have already told you, is build on what has gone before in terms of plans and visions for the year ahead. And we have had a great deal of success over the last 2 years, thanks to our past president from India, Shekhar Mehta, in what has been known as empowering girls. I want to use a slightly different term than empowering girls but I want to carry on that initiative, and I want to talk about girl empowerment. And it is not just a play on words to change the way we reference that, because I think we are not dispensing power to the girls and the women of this world. What we are doing is we are unlocking the potential that already exists within the girls and the women of this world. And so we talk now about girl empowerment, because we all recognise that by lifting up the women folk in the world, we can make big inroads into society and improve society. So we will be continuing that particular initiative during 2023-24. We will also be laser focused on the polio eradication campaign that you have heard about already. It is so important that we deliver on the promise we made to this world more than 30 years ago to rid it of the disease of polio. And we are extremely close to doing that. And I believe within the next 12 months, we will see the last ever case of wild polio infection in this world. And the other initiative that I am very keen to promote, and that will be a new initiative in 2023-24, and hopefully beyond, is that Rotary begins to work in the mental health space. I think we all recognise that coming out of a COVID pandemic, people's well-being is challenged. People are feeling at their lowest because of what has happened over the last 3 years, and some of those feeling particularly challenged are children and young adults whose education and whose social skills building has been so badly interrupted by the COVID pandemic. But mental health remains such a taboo subject. We talk openly about physical health, but not about mental health. We throw resources at physical health, but not at mental health. And I think that Rotary's challenge is to move into this particular space and to do three things. One, to help remove the taboo and to destigmatise the whole issue of mental health. We need to be prepared to talk about it more, and we need to be prepared to help people.
India, Swasth Bharat, that is healthy India, and Swachh Bharat, that is the clean India. So when you talk environment, we connect with the clean and good, no pollution, no air, no water, no noise pollutions. And Swasth, you already knew that we need people who are healthy mentally, what God has said. And we also need people mentally and physically healthy. And of course, in Saksha, we have lots and lots of programs. In fact, one of our offices are here, where we have launched a program for a long time called Teach. So the program Teach is T is for teachers training, A is for adult literacy, C is for child development, H is for happy school. So we are trying to refurbish lots of schools, giving the infrastructure to the schools, making floors, giving libraries, giving digital technology, clean water, clean toilets, and this is the way we are trying to develop the